Hello viewers, I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show with ASEAN Future Forum hosted by Vietnam, which marked a significant milestone in the region's history. In the event, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's reaffirmation of New Delhi's commitment to ASEAN partnership highlighted the growing recognition of the Indo-Pacific's evolving dynamics. A report.
For the first time in the history of ASEAN, Vietnam held the ASEAN Future Forum this week as the country's largest multilateral event with an aim to further boost intra-bloc in economic trade and investment cooperation. The ASEAN Future Forum got underway on April 23 in Hanoi under the presidency of Vietnam. The theme of the forum this year was towards fast and sustainable growth of people-centered ASEAN community. The event featured participation from a large number of enterprises and investors from member states and ASEAN's partner states, representatives from international organizations, high-profile experts and scholars. At the event, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar affirmed New Delhi's commitment to ASEAN partnership. Jaishankar asserted that ASEAN is at the heart of our Act East policy and is a crucial pillar in India's wider Indo-Pacific vision.
My esteemed colleague, India and ASEAN are neighbors, sharing millennia-old cultural and civilizational linkages. The ASEAN-India relationship, which has now entered its fourth decade and has matured into a comprehensive strategic partnership, is based on shared values and common aspirations. Excellencies, ASEAN is at the heart of our Act East policy and is a crucial pillar in India's wider Indo-Pacific vision. We support ASEAN unity, ASEAN centrality, and the ASEAN outlook on Indo-Pacific.
Jaishankar's advocacy for increased collaboration underscores the recognition of the Indo-Pacific region's evolving dynamics and the need for proactive engagement to shape its future. By leveraging their respective strengths and fostering closer ties, India and ASEAN can contribute substantially to the stability, prosperity, and inclusivity of the Indo-Pacific framework. Batting for enhanced cooperation between India and the ASEAN countries, as Jaishankar highlighted that the two sides, through greater collaboration, can play a major role in the emerging regional architecture of the Indo-Pacific.
India truly believes that a strong and unified ASEAN can play a constructive role in the emerging regional architecture of the Indo-Pacific. The synergy between India's Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative (IPOI) and the ASEAN Outlook on Indo-Pacific (AOIP) that is reflected in our ASEAN-India Leaders' Joint Statement provides a strong framework for cooperation, including in addressing challenges to comprehensive security. India was among the first to accede to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, indicating our collective resolve towards maintaining peace, prosperity, and stability in the region.
Invoking the G20 summit hosted by India last year under its presidency of the grouping, Jaishankar said that the time has arrived for the Global South to assume a greater role in international affairs.
We also believe that the time has come for the Global South to present its perspective and assume a greater role in international affairs. During our G20 presidency last year, we held virtual Voice of Global South summits with participation of several ASEAN member states. Today, a multipolar Asia and a multipolar world are increasingly self-evident. This brings to the fore an ever-important role of ASEAN and of India to deal with the realities of the emerging world order.
ASEAN Future Forum was aimed at fostering a cohesive and dynamic ASEAN business community in the digital era. The forum is Vietnam's new idea aimed at creating a common platform for ASEAN member states as well as partner countries to contribute to promoting and shaping the bloc's development path.
We now take you to Jaipur city, northern India, where a remarkable family embodies artistic brilliance. With a mastery of miniature sandalwood carving, they are not only custodians of ancient techniques but also pioneers in blending tradition with modern sensibilities. Through their creations, they infuse vitality into age-old practices, ensuring that Rajasthan's rich cultural legacy flourishes. Join us in exploring their captivating work. Breathing vitality into lifeless sandalwood with their exquisite craftsmanship, this family in the vibrant city of Jaipur has emerged as the true pioneers, elevating the art of sandalwood to unprecedented heights of global acclaim. Their mastery in carving has not only earned them numerous awards but has also garnered admiration both at home and abroad. Across generations, they zealously preserve traditional techniques while fearlessly venturing into innovative realms, pushing the boundaries of their craft. Rohit Jangid, the fourth-generation artist, carries the torch of this rich heritage, enchanting audiences with his intricate creations.
मेरे जो सैंडलवुड कार्विंग जो आर्ट है ये मेरी परिवार की मतलब फोर्थ जनरेशन है इस काम के अंदर। ये काम मेरे परदादा जी श्री मालचंद जी कलाकार ने स्टार्ट किया था। तो उनको कहते हैं कि उनको सपना आया था, जैसे उन्होंने इस काम को जन्म दिया, उनको सपना आया था कि सैंडलवुड कार्विंग के अंदर काम का। तो फिर उन्होंने ये काम स्टार्ट किया था उस टाइम बिना टूल्स के और मतलब काफ़ी कम आइडिया से।
The talent of the Jangid family caught the attention of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who presented a sandalwood sitar crafted by them to French President Emmanuel Macron during his visit to France last year. Similarly, during Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's visit to India in 2022, PM Modi gifted him a Krishna Pankhi made by this family. In 2018, they made headlines by successfully replicating a 500-year-old altarpiece displayed in a British art museum. Their exceptional skill has earned them recognition worldwide, with customers hailing from various corners of the globe. The elder son of the family, Mohit, has also received numerous awards and accolades, showcasing the family's dedication to their craft and their commitment to its preservation and advancement for future generations.
हम लोग जब स्कूल जाते थे तो पूरी फैमिली को काम करते हुए देख के तो हमको भी फील हुआ कि हम लोग भी ये कर सकते हैं शायद। तो धीरे धीरे इंटरेस्ट हुआ और जैसे फैमिली में काफ़ी लोग मिलने आते थे, कुछ कस्टमर्स से भी हम लोग बचपन में मिलते थे, तो उन्होंने भी थोड़ा एडवाइस किया कि ये काम सीखना चाहिए और आगे इसको बढ़ा सकते हैं हम लोग।
Mahesh Jangid, a recipient of the National Award in 1993, passionately describes how his son ingeniously leveraged technology to safeguard and perpetuate this cherished heritage.
हम लोग जब काम करते थे उस टाइम में इंटरनेट भी नहीं होता था, कुछ नॉलेज भी नहीं होता था कि बाहर क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है। तो अब जैसे इंटरनेट आया तो इंटरनेट पे कुछ भी चीज़ें, ये जो चीज़ें बना रहे हैं उसके बारे में विस्तारपूर्वक ये चीज़ें देख सकते हैं। जैसे कुछ स्टोरी अब होती है जो हम लोगों को बताई जाती थी, अब ये लोग उसमें देख सकते हैं इंटरनेट पे। जैसे महाराणा प्रताप के चित्र बनाने, अपन को कौन से बनाने हैं, क्या बनाने हैं, तो स्टोरी होती है। हमारे आर्ट जितने भी होते हैं सब स्टोरी बेस पे होते हैं, तो ये लोग उस पर देख के सीख सकते हैं नेट से आजकल मान लो व्यापार भी हो रहा है।
The family has been primarily creating pieces in sandalwood, though they also utilize other types of wood when necessary or requested, sometimes even to make smaller pieces more affordable. Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi arrived in Sri Lanka on April 24th for a state visit aimed at strengthening ties. The visit to Sri Lanka was the first by an Iranian president since April 2008, when then President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad went to the South Asian country. During Raisi's visit, the two countries signed several pacts or memorandum of understanding. Qatar Emir Hamad Al Thani arrived in Bangladesh for a two-day state visit on April 22nd. Al Thani was greeted by the country's president Mohammad Shahabuddin. Gun salute rang as Al Thani disembarked the airplane and the Bangladesh military presented him with a guard of honor. Several agreements and memorandums of understanding were signed between the two countries as part of Emir's visit. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi met with Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Manet on April 22nd during his three-day visit to the country. Wang Yi was in Cambodia since April 21 to meet the King, Prime Minister and other high-ranking officials in a bid to strengthen ties between the two nations. Cambodia was the final stop of Wang's three-leg tour to the Asia-Pacific region following earlier visits to Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. An Indonesian court on April 22nd rejected challenges from both losing candidates seeking a rerun of February's presidential election and the disqualification of winner Prabowo Subianto and his running mate, bringing an end to all election disputes. The Constitutional Court ruled that there was no evidence of systematic fraud and presidential meddling, nor that state bodies, regional officials and social assistants had been mobilized to sway polls in the world's third largest democracy.
Kemenangan ini bukan hanya kemenangan Prabowo Gibran, bukan hanya kemenangan kami, tentunya ini adalah kemenangan bersama seluruh rakyat Indonesia. Ya, dan kita jadikan itu menjadi kemenangan bersama. Semua konsultasi berjalan, perdebatan berjalan, semuanya berjalan selama ini. Tetapi ketika putusan ini diucapkan, marilah kita bersatu kembali untuk membangun bangsa Indonesia di bawah kepemimpinan Bapak Prabowo Subianto dan Gibran Rakabuming Raka.
Moving on. The recent visit of Iranian president to Islamabad underscores the complex dynamics between Tehran and Islamabad, especially against the backdrop of escalating tensions and strategic shifts in the region. However, the absence of Iranian support for Pakistan on the Kashmir issue signals a departure from previous alignments and underscores Iran's strategic calculations in the region. This move could potentially be attributed to Iran's efforts to navigate its own geopolitical challenges and maintain a delicate balance with India, which holds significant economic and strategic interests for Tehran. A report.
Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi arrived in Islamabad on April 22 for a three-day official visit. During his visit, Raisi met Pakistan's President and Prime Minister, and he also visited major cities including Lahore and Karachi, focusing on bilateral and trade ties. The visit came as the two Muslim neighbors seek to mend ties after unprecedented tit-for-tat military strikes this year. The Pakistani government declared a public holiday in Karachi on April 23rd as major highways in the southern port city were blocked as part of security measures ahead of Iranian president's visit.
تجاری و اقتصادی بین دو کشور سطح قابل قبولی نیست. ما تصمیم گرفتیم که سطح روابط تجاری و اقتصادی بدون کشور در گام اول 10 میلیارد دلار افزایش پیدا کنه.
A press release from Pakistan's President Zardari's office said that Islamabad and Tehran have reiterated the resolve to further broaden mutually beneficial cooperation in various areas of common interest. According to the statement, the two leaders also discussed the situation in the Middle East, with Zardari expressing concern over the worsening humanitarian situation in Gaza and strongly condemning Israel's military aggression against the people of Gaza. Zardari assured that Pakistan would consistently and unequivocally support the Palestinian cause. Pakistan finds itself in a challenging position, caught between diplomatic pressures and domestic sentiments. Balancing relations with Western countries, which are crucial for financial support, while also appeasing public anger towards Israel and maintaining its stance as a custodian of Islam, presents a delicate diplomatic dance.
गजा के मुसलमानों के ऊपर जो इस वक्त बर्बरियत और जुल्म के पहाड़ तोड़े जा रहे हैं, उसके ऊपर आपने और आपकी ईरानी कौम ने एक बहुत एक मजबूत आपने मौक़िफ़ अपनाया है और पाकिस्तान इस सिलसिले में गजा के फ़लस्तीनी भाइयों और बहनों के साथ हर वक्त उनके साथ है.
While Raisi's visit is a key step towards normalizing ties with Islamabad, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has the last say on state matters such as nuclear policy. On 16 January, Iran took direct action and carried out attacks on alleged strongholds of the militant group Jaish al-Adl in the Pakistani province of Balochistan, which borders Iran. Pakistan responded 2 days later with its own airstrikes on several targets in Iran's Sistan-Balochistan province, with the aim of targeting alleged safe havens and sanctuaries of the Balochistan Liberation Army and Balochistan Liberation Front. Both sides claimed there were civilian casualties. The recent escalation of tensions between Iran and Pakistan has fueled concerns of a potential spillover of conflict from the Middle East into South Asia. Therefore, both the countries are trying to enhance ties while approaching with caution. However, Iran's decision not to support Pakistan on the Kashmir issue indicated a significant shift in regional dynamics. This move further isolated Pakistan diplomatically on the Kashmir issue while underscoring India's growing influence in the region. It's a testament to India's diplomatic acumen and the effectiveness of its strategic outreach efforts. Meanwhile, United States has issued stern warning to Pakistan, saying that anyone considering business deal with Iran will face sanctions.
India's culture stands as one of the most unique and ancient in the world. Today, people from all corners of the globe are drawn to India's arts and traditions. This is evident by the increasing prominence of Indian arts on international platforms, with Indian dance forms particularly captivating audiences abroad. Across the world, people are learning India's centuries-old dance traditions, not only enriching the country's cultural heritage, but also amplifying India's soft power globally.
With anklets adorned on their feet, wearing traditional Indian attire and sparkling jewelry, you might mistake these dancers for Indian natives. However, they are Russian women who have mastered the art of Indian classical dance, Kathak. Performances of this classical dance are regularly hosted at the State Museum of Oriental Art in Russia. Playing a significant role in promoting Kathak worldwide is Ashwani Nigam, a guru who has dedicated the last 30 years to this endeavor.
Мы что танцуем, есть смысл. И мысль не только семейный, не только божественный, и могут быть другие аспекты, которые относят к наш обычай жизни.
India has been making numerous efforts to promote classical dance forms globally, organizing events and workshops to showcase its richness and attract foreign enthusiasts. These endeavors not only contribute to the enhancement of India's cultural heritage, but also strengthen its international relations through cultural diplomacy. The Indian Council for Cultural Relations, the ICCR, consistently strives in this direction.
हमारे लिए बहुत गर्व की और खुशी की बात है कि वैसे तो भारत के लिए हमेशा से बाहर में एक उत्साह और एक तरह का शौक बाहर में रहा है भारतीय कला को सीखने का, लेकिन हाल के कुछ दिनों में ये जो उत्साह है और ये जो उनका जो शौक़ है भारतीय कला सीखने का, वो बढ़ता जा रहा है। तो हम लोग अपने सांस्कृतिक केंद्रों में जो कथक की क्लासेज हैं या जो भरतनाट्यम क्लासेस करा रहे हैं, उनमें धीरे धीरे छात्रों की संख्या बढ़ रही है। वहाँ पे भारत से जो शिक्षकों की जो डिप्यूटेशन होती है, उसकी डिमांड बढ़ रही है।
I've always wanted to learn Bharatanatyam because it's part of my culture and who I am. So I've always wanted to promote to everyone, especially in the UK, seeing as it's a different place so we can promote my culture. So I want to promote the culture, and the challenges I faced is getting many opportunities to promote the culture. But as time went on, there's more opportunities, and I'm very thankful to ICCR.
Indian classical dance comes in various forms such as Kathak, Bharatanatyam, Odissi, and Kuchipudi, all of which have gained considerable popularity overseas. India boasts several states where diverse communities have their unique dance styles, some of which are thousands of years old. This diversity is one of the country's major legacies, attracting people from all over the world.
मैं 2002 में दिल्ली आ चुकी हूँ ICCR स्कॉलरशिप लेकर। तो मैं लखनऊ पे मेरा गुरु पंडित अर्जुन मिश्रा जी से कथक डांस प्राप्त किया है और बातकांडी म्यूज़िक यूनिवर्सिटी में अपना प्रथम उपाधि और मास्टर्स का डिग्रीज किया है। तो अभी मैं श्रीलंका से आज तो 25th ICCR एनिवर्सरी फाउंडेशन डे में आना मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य है।
India has recognized the importance of its soft power and in recent years has showcased its extraordinary dances on international platforms, including prestigious events, continuously elevating the stature of these art forms. This not only preserves the country's rich heritage, but also establishes India as a distinct identity worldwide.
The beauty of traditional Indian dance is unmatchable. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.